Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about cost objects. Cost objects basically accumulate the cost or expenses or revenues. Okay. So here there are two kind of cost. One is known as a real cost or true cost object. Real or true cost objects. Another one is known as a statistical cost object. So these are considered as a real cost objects, that is cost center, orders, project, network, sales order, profitability segment, real estate object and business processes. About all this I'm going to talk in details. See here cost center given here also, it is given here also given. So I'm going to talk about them. Statistical cost objects are these like cost center, statistical internal order, statistical project or WBS. Now, what is the difference between statistical cost object and true or real cost object? So, if it is real cost object, then you can allocate the cost from the real cost subject to any other cost subject. It means that you can do the settlement of the cost subject. If it is statistical cost subject, you cannot do the settlement. You cannot move the cost from one cost subject to another, or from the statistical cost subject, you cannot move to other cost subject. You are using statistical cost subject only for the information purposes. So this is the difference between in statistical cost subject and your real cost subject. Okay, so if it is real cost subject, you can move from one cost subject to another. For example, you booked ABC cost center. If you want to move to XYZ cost center, you want to move to internal order, you can easily move it if they are real cost subject. But if it is statistical cost subject, then you cannot move the cost which booked in the statistical cost subject, and you use statistical cost subject for the analysis purpose. Okay, now there are certain things I want to discuss. This is this point. So first point is that you need to specify a true controlling object in each posting line item. So for each cost element, whenever you book any expenses or anything in the SAP, for each cost element you have to give one cost subject. So let me say, for example, I want to book one JB, and this is my GL, this is debit, and this is the amount. For this line item, since this is my cost subject, for this line item, I have to enter at least one cost subject. Cost subject will be either cost center, order, WBS, internal order, or COPA or business process, real estate object, anything. But at least one cost subject is mandatory. That is the first point. Second point is that you cannot assign to objects such as statistical project with a specified true cost object. What it is telling, you cannot assign statistical project along with the true without specifying the true object. So what they are trying to tell means, whenever you assign, you give any statistical cost subject, along with the statistical cost subject you have to also enter one real cost object. Okay, that is the meaning. This is the now third point. In each item you can swap to statistical order in addition to true sorry in each posting item you can swap up to three statistical controlling object in addition to true. It is not three, it is two. It is, for example, what they are trying to tell, along with one real cost subject, you can assign two additional statistical cost object. Okay, for example, you given WBS as a real, so two additional cost subject you can assign which are statistical. Okay, now You cannot assign cost to more than one content type, same posting type. So what it is trying to tell, more than one real cost subject you cannot assign in same line item. Okay, if for example you are giving internal order, you are also giving WBS, and both are real, you cannot assign. So let me summarize. So first point, there are two kind of cost subject. One is known as a real, another is known as a statistical. Okay, real cost subject and statistical cost subject. Real, if you book in the real cost subject, you can do the settlement. For example, if I booked any cost in the cost center, I can move from this cost center to any other cost center. If I booked in internal order, if it is that is real, then I can move to from internal order to any other place, any other cost. That is called real. Statistical means I cannot move. If I book, if my cost subject is statistical, I can book it, but I cannot do the settlement. Okay, and when I enter statistical order, entering one real cost subject is mandatory. Okay, if I enter any statistical cost subject, then entering one real cost subject is mandatory. That is the second. Third point, in one single line item, you cannot enter two real cost object. You have to enter only one real cost object. But you can enter one real cost object and two statistical cost object if required. I hope I'm clear now. Another point, there is some exception with respect to cost center. Okay. So for example, how system will understand whether it is statistical or it is real. So generally, for the order, while creating, you have to tick that there is one tick mark. So let me show you, like KO03 any order. Let me take you any order I have. This one. Okay, if I tick this one, this statistical order, then it becomes statistical order. Similarly, if I have created project, there also we have option to tick statistical the project. If I tick, that become statistical project. If I don't tick, then they are real. So for order and project, you have to do the means during the master data, you need to decide whether that particular project or WBS you want to create as a statistical or as a real. But whereas it comes about the cost center, when cost center come, there is no option during the master data creation whether you are creating as a real or statistical. Let me go to /n KS03. You don't have option either it is real or statistical. Okay, there is no option to choose it. Then how it behaves, that is how per cost center is a little different. So if you enter cost center, okay, cost center along with any other real cost object, for example you enter in the line item, for example here in the line item I enter cost center, this is also real, I enter another here also order, this is also real. If I enter two cost subject who is both are real along with the cost center, so cost center plus first of all if it is not cost center, then two real cost subject you cannot enter. But if it is cost center, along with the cost center you can enter one more cost subject, then your cost center will become statistical and other whatever you have entered one additional, that will become real, that will be real, but your cost center will become statistical order. Okay, let me repeat one more time. Cost center is entered. Okay, along with the cost center you entered one more real cost subject, real cost subject. Let's say you entered real order, then your real order will become real only, but your cost center will become statistical. Okay, cost center becomes statistical. Okay, this is one scenario. For example, cost center enter, along with that you enter WBS, real WBS. Okay, then your WBS is real only, but your cost center become statistical. If your cost center becomes statistical, that cost which you have booked as a statistical cost center, you cannot do the settlement that particular amount. Even in the report also it will show in different place. This is one scenario, real. If you are making two real, this real and this real with the cost center, then cost center becomes statistical. Another scenario, you enter cost center, but you enter in statistical order. Statistical order. Then anyway, this is your statistical, then your cost center will become real only. It will not get changed as a statistical order, because this is statistical order, so your cost center will become real only. Okay, so these are some scenario you need to understand. Let me now show you practically. I hope you are clear about this. So for example, I am booking let me select some cost center, some cost center. Let me see this one if it allows me to book. Then let me select same GL, yet again 100 rupees. So observe it carefully. In this line item I have entered one cost center and internal order. First of all, let me show you first scenario. Okay, first scenario, you cannot, this is also real and I cannot enter another real cost subject, let's say WBS, it will throw error. Okay, what is it telling? Enter only one true account assignment, only one it is allowed to enter. This is clear. So in one line item you cannot enter two real cost object if order, but cost center if it is that a different scenario. Okay, so again I'm telling you now, if okay, so it got locked. Okay, let me test here. Otherwise, let me enter here cost center. Okay, now are you clear? So two real cost subject you cannot enter, but cost center is exception. Now along with the cost center in this line item, if you are entering one more cost center, then this cost center will become statistical. Okay, and this become real. Is that clear? Don't get confused this one. Okay, don't get confused. This I'm adding same GL, otherwise let me put one more different GL, but I'm not sure what GL it is created in this one. So let me see if gas or bank any GL is there. Okay, let's see this GL 100. Okay, so I hope you are clear. So if this is statistical, then your cost center will become real. If this is real, this is also real. If two you enter, then this becomes statistical. Okay, if cost center is not there, you enter order, you enter WBS also, it is not possible. Two real, it is not possible. Your order is statistical, but your WBS is real, that is possible. Okay, so I hope you are clear. Now let me show you this posting. So let me post some different amount like 3,215. 3,215. Let me save it. So this is the amount got posted. Let me show you how to know in this cost center what is the statistical amount, what is the real amount. So for that you have to use this cost center report. You can give that cost center. You can give this cost center here, run it. So statistical will come down. Whatever posting you are down as a statistical, that will appear down. Observe it here. So just now you have put the statistical posting. So in this already there is some posting. Double click on this one. Come here. You'll find your document number. Check it. 3215. So this 3215 is your just now you have posted. So that separately comes as a statistical. Check it here again in the cost center report. See here statistical posting. Okay, real posting will be up and statistical posting will be showing here. So in this statistical posting you have done. Okay, I hope you are clear. So let me summarize again. Normal, first of all, first point, more than one real cause subject, you cannot enter in the same line item. Okay, like real WBS and real order is not possible. System will not allow. Okay. Second thing, one real cause subject and another statistical. Another up to two statistical cause subject you can enter. Okay. But whenever you enter statistical, one real cause subject is mandatory. I hope you are clear. Third thing, when it comes to cost center and statistical cause subject, statistical cause subject. If your cost center you have entered one statistical or two statistical cost subject you have entered, then your cost center will still behave as a real only. Cost center will be real because remaining all cost subject are statistical. But fourth point, you enter cost center and you enter one more real cost subject, maybe WBS or order, okay, or you cannot enter both again, or order any other thing, then your cost center will become statistical and another whichever you have entered real cost center that will become real. And you know the what is the difference between real and statistical. Real you can do the settlement, for statistical you cannot do the settlement. Okay, please keep this in mind, it will help you a lot. Thanks a lot for watching the video and please subscribe, like, share and comment.